Hello, everyone. Today is Thursday, July 6, 2023, at 6:24 a.m. in the morning. I figured I'd do a video before those guys come to work on those cabins across the street. So, all day yesterday and all night, I was extremely tired. Sleepy. I didn't do a video later last night like I thought. I mean, like I usually would do. So, I went to bed at approximately 11:30 last night, being tricked into thinking that I was so tired and sleepy. I actually started to go to sleep around 8 o'clock or 8:30 yesterday, but I had the meat in a crock pot, so I tried to force myself to stay awake. Because I had the meat cooking in a crock pot. So I when I went to I felt like, well, it's been a long time since I went to bed at night and then try to go to sleep. And I felt like it was odd because it didn't happen for a long time. And I kept saying I wanted to break the habit of, like, me trying to do a video at 10:30, 11:30, 12 o'clock, at night. And then, I would end up, at first, I was, like, after I got here, at first I was going to bed at 1 o'clock and then sleeping at 1 o'clock in the morning. Then it was like 2 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Sometimes I would get no sleep at all and then fall asleep at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and then wake up at around 2 o'clock. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I went to bed at 11:30 last night. I didn't do a video late last night, but the reason why I've been like doing videos later at night, because it helps like after I'm done a video talking about, like, open video journal, about the targeting, documenting the targeting, or like an open diary of me documenting, my health or diet for the day, or how I've been taking care of myself. Even if I talk about where I washed the dishes today, or I did laundry today, I went grocery shopping, documenting my daily self-care. It's not only all about food like the gang stalkers want it to be. So I bear with me if y'all think that I'm getting on your nerves or talking about, oh, can't you just get to the point? I'm sleep deprived, so my mind is not 100% all the way there. So it's like I went to bed last night and I could not sleep for hours. And then it's like my body tricked me into thinking I was so sleepy and tired. I turned the air conditioner off for the first time in a while because I turned the air off because I felt so cold and I wanted to see if that would help me fall asleep faster. But when I was able to feel more comfortable, with the air turned off. But I was able to feel more comfortable with the air turned off. But Oh man, I'm sorry, y'all. But I didn't really get to sleep that well. And a little bit of sleep that I did do, they did the dream manipulation of, with me having nightmares about being back homeless again on the streets. So I had a nightmare, and it seemed like I had a nightmare. I mean, I had nightmares or bad dreams somewhat with scenery and events or whatever that seemed similar to dreams before that I had. I don't want to say deja vu, because I didn't even realize that deja vu is considered new age or whatever too. So I don't want to use that word deja vu, but it seems like I've had this dream or something along those lines quite a few times before these. So I had a nightmare that I was homeless back on the streets again. And I knocked on my biological sister Ramona's door, of all people. I made it back to New Orleans and knocked on her door, telling her that I didn't have anywhere to stay and begging her to let me stay with her. I would never in a million years try to stay with Ramona again, ever. Well, I never resided with her or lived with her, but when me and my twin sister, after we turned 18 and got out of foster care, Ramona and the biological mom, Frances, they let Mark stay with them and Derek. But they would lie to me and my twin sister and say that there isn't enough, they lied and said that there isn't enough room for us to stay there. And we were, begging and pleading to pretty much get away from the foster mom's abuse. But then they were abusive too, the biological family members. And they were lie to me and my twin sister saying that there isn't enough room. But when you look, when I got my own place, Ramona was always, begging me to, spend the night. And I'm like, for all that, you could have let me stay with you. But, I mean, you wait till after I become independent and get my own place to try to make it like I'm supposed to be at your house more than my own house. And then, they wouldn't even let me leave. Ramona would block the door and not let me leave. And then she would get mad and then pick an argument with me for an excuse to justify kicking me out. I like the games that my own family members, including my twin sister, the games that they freaking play. And I never in my life played any games like that on them. But have I mocked and made fun of them in the past years ago? Yes, I have. But playing psychological games, I never did that to anyone. Ever. Set people up, I never did that to anyone. So, I'm just gonna, like somebody said, stay away, stay away, stay away. They said, stay away. So I just, stay away. So, yeah, and I had another dream, a little bit of something, but I woke up, it was 5:56 this morning. I think I had to use the bathroom a couple of times in the middle of the night. So, well, this morning, I'm up early enough where I can get to eat breakfast. But after breakfast, I don't know if I can get any actual sleep. Like, I mean, I got very little sleep. So I feel robbed. But, I mean, I don't know if I should, like, do videos before, like, do videos earlier, and then try to go to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock. Well, maybe 11. But when I was living in Los Angeles, I used to be able to sleep much more easily. But then, like after 2015, after they started vibrating and sleep depriving me really bad, it's like I can't even control my sleep. I can't even control my sleep. And they when you're trying to accomplish something, that's when they sleep deprive you the worst. So, I mean, well, I actually got up at 5:56, but I don't know what time I woke up. But a couple of weeks ago, I had a nightmare that I was back homeless on the streets in Pensacola. So yesterday, what time was it? I think I woke up because they woke me up at like 9:30 with their loud music and idling their trucks and everything and loud music. And then, so I was supposed to have woke up at 11, but I felt like, well, let me try to go get the rent paid first. So I had a misunderstanding at the front office, and I thought that the lady was trying to gaslight and perp me. And then me and her got like into a nearly heated argument. And then like, no, you listen to me. No, listen, but you're not listening to me. And then when she showed me the evidence and explained to me, I was like, oh wow, because when I first got here, I didn't realize because there wasn't much information, so I don't know how the online perps found out exactly, they even got a hold of the freaking, like the online gang stalkers, like as if they're online babysitters or something, fraudulently and illegally obtain the address and phone number to the leasing office. I mean, not leasing office, but the front office. It's not an apartment where you lease, but it's month to month. It's the rental office, I'll say. And so then, what else was I gonna say? It slipped my mind, but anyway. But so I forgot what I was gonna say, but when I first got here, in April, I didn't know until after I got, there wasn't that much, now I remember what I was going to say, there wasn't that much information, there wasn't a whole lot of information about this place, and so I didn't find out until after I got here that, I had because they had some people who didn't donate or help me out until the very last minute, or donations started pouring in after I got here. I was scared the whole time, but took the risk. because I was really trying to get off the streets, and I'm like, come on. I mean, people were more willing to help me pay that 360 something a week at extended stay, but I'm like, this is $540 a month, and I'm just trying to get in here and ask like one time. And then after that, it was crazy. So then after that, you know, so yeah, I so yeah, so I got here and I had enough enough donations where I had, because it's $540 a month, but I think they charge an extra $35 for like an application fee. But all bills paid, no deposit, everything. It's wonderful. So I think somebody was telling me that if you're not on SSI or Social Security, I think she was trying to say it was $850 a month or something. So I guess this is what you call a 2-bedroom, because they got this independent room right here, and they had the other room that's connected with the other room that's connected with the living room. And so they advertised 1 bedroom, but they gave me a 2-bedroom for the price of 1 bedroom, which they did that when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, with that Section 8 apartment. I'm like, well, this is awesome. But it felt like a 1 bedroom. But I only used 1 bedroom. I mean, no, I had a 2-bedroom in Greenville, South Carolina. It looked like the projects, but it was a rundown apartment complex, and it was not safe, not a safe neighborhood. And I used to sleep in the living room. They had a big, huge living room, but the bedrooms and the bathroom were extremely tiny. And so that the apartment manager was crooked and shady. A black female too. She was, I guess she was crooked and shady because she's a perp. A Masonic perp. Money hungry. So it's like, I'm more poor than you, but you feel the need to rob me. You fraudulently and illegally driving around in Cadillacs. But, I'm sitting here about to be back on the streets, and you sitting and you playing with my money. Stole from me. Robbed me. So, but anyway, with here, it was, so I think I may have, unknowingly took out a little too much money out of the ATM, trying to spend money to survive on. And I didn't know until after I got here that it was, that they said it was no cash accepted and just debit or credit card and money order. So I had $551 towards, it wasn't $551 donated to me, but I don't remember how much I had left over after purchasing the Greyhound bus ticket, and that was $200 something. I don't remember if it was $245. or something like the same. I don't know if it was I don't remember how much it was. If it was $245 or $250 out of my Social Security check, just for the Greyhound bus ticket, for the Greyhound bus, and then afterwards, I try to get enough money, and I had to pay. I paid my cell phone and storage bill, and I paid for the bus ticket. And so I was trying to ask, if people can, help me make ends meet to get enough to get over here. So I almost didn't get in here the first night, and there ain't much of nothing around here, and I would have been sucked out of luck to be on the streets with nowhere to go. But then I had to pay for an Uber ride to get over here too. So that took some money out. But after I got the Uber ride, I ended up having $551 left over on a debit card. And then after that, I had $24 in cash. And I think I had $3 left over or something. And so I almost didn't get in here. So they said the post office was closed, and the 7-Eleven said that something about that. I don't remember if they told me that the machine wasn't working, or if they told me that they do not do money orders there. So they took the $24 in cash, and then I thought I remember for May, I thought I remember being made to pay $564 to cover the $24. But I looked, and I didn't realize I paid $540 and not the $564, because I thought that they try to make me pay double for that $24. So I would have arguments like with them, and then I guess I was confused. So then, because they had me to pay $516, because at first I thought I remember having to pay twice for the extra $24, but the lady explained and showed me on the screen yesterday, and I was sleep deprived then too, so I even prayed before. Before I left, I prayed to not, have any troubles with people. I prayed to be able to get to stay in a place for longer. I say, even though I don't like it here, or even though it's not ideal or what I wish for, but I'm still praying to keep a roof over my head. But I thought that she was trying to gaslight and play games and try to charge me extra and perk me or whatever. And me and her, the argument almost got really heated. But then after she explained to me, on the screen, and then I was still confused and still frustrated. So then I'm like, wait a minute, let me check my bank account. And then I realized that I was wrong, or I was mistaken. And so then I apologized. And I'm like, oh, now I see what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. And, I apologized profusely, feeling really bad. But I'm like, well, next month should be no confusion. So I'll just, I'll pay the $540 next month. Because, I thought that they didn't put that $24 cash on record. And that's where the confusion came at. So Everything's fine now. But because I also started to panic. I'm like, this lady trying to gaslight and set me up for an argument so that we can so that I thought that she was perping and gaslighting on and trying to trigger and provoke me to get mad, and so that she can justify throwing me out of here. And I was really panicking, and I was very sleep deprived, and like stuff in my mind really wasn't clicking. So I'm glad we worked things out and came to an understanding. But see, the online perps being messy, they would make up a lie and say that I was trying to skimp on a rent or something like that. Like they lied on me about that motel when it was last year, and I was staying at that motel, and I didn't get my work paycheck in time because I was supposed to have gotten a direct deposit. And they should have set it up the first day when I was working with the Avis job. But they didn't set it up until a week, like later on that week. And I'm like, well, if it would have been set up the first day, then they probably did that on purpose. So I ended up having to wrestle with Waterfront Mission about my paycheck. And they had that black man, I don't remember what his name was, but he saved the day. He went out of his way to help me. He was the only one from the Waterfront Mission that went out of his way to help me. The only one. And I feel bad I don't remember what his name is. Chaplain Rob or something. Yeah, he was the only one who went out of his way to help me. But, at the Waterfront Mission, they would, play psychological games. I already told y'all about how, and Waterfront Mission is a cult. A men's homeless shelter cult. So, I was able to finally get my check. And then, when I was staying at the motel, the guy told me that if I didn't have the money by a certain time, I had to leave. So I ended up back on the streets. And then he raised the price to $3.90 a month. $3.90 a week. He raised the price. He put me in a different room. And he raised the price to $3.90 a week. And I tried to pay him. Once I got the money, I tried to pay him the $365, and he told me don't worry about it. And I tried to insist that he take it. He just told me don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, well, I tried. So then the online gang stalkers were harassing me, and they lied on me and said that I tried to stay there without paying rent, or I tried to skimp out on a rent or something like that, which they fabricate and manipulate and twist and lie just to make me look bad when they should back off and mind their own business. So I'm glad things, I'm glad things are okay. I'm glad it didn't get worse. But there's something else I wanted to say, but I guess I'll hold off on saying it. So, after that happened, after I came back, they had some, right when I approached the front door of this cabin, it started, I did not get to beat the rain. I got caught for a few seconds in the rain and got wet, but I dried off really quick. And I'm like, this is a Truman Show kind of, because this is a Truman Show gang stalking fake rain, because how the hell, a couple of seconds before I get inside of some fat, huge raindrops. Just it didn't even like it didn't even start drizzling and warning. It just started violently pouring out of nowhere. And I hurried up and, panicked and got inside. And then after 10 or 15 minutes later, I did whatever. I don't remember what I did. I think I did eat and probably take out the trash, wash a little dishes, something. I don't remember what I did. I think that's what happened. And then I went back after I got done, and I went and threw out the trash or something like that. And then I realized, that after I took out the trash and stuff, I realized that after I took out the trash, I realized that the rain, it looked almost like after like a half hour or so, it looked almost like as if you forgot that it ever rained. But that's Texas for you. So then I ended up I got the transportation to go to the I got the transportation to go grocery shopping, and it wasn't too bad. My experience wasn't too bad, but I had to deal with being harassed by flies, targeted and harassed by fruit flies, flies and stuff like that. But I'm glad that people were treating me nice. The employees at the store were treating me nice. But they had this guy, I don't know if he was perping me or doing this on purpose, or if he really gave mistaken wrong information. He was working in the produce section, and I tried to ask him about the pomegranates. And, if I try to ask about certain items, the workers would lie and say that they don't have the items. And then later on, I would find it. So later on, I found the pomegranates, but there were a few of them, but they didn't look like they were fresh, like on the outside. And they were pretty expensive. But he was trying to say that the pomegranates weren't in season. But I'm like, I know last month I came here for June, and they had some fresh pomegranates. So, I know what I saw, but it seemed like these pomegranates, they shouldn't have been no doggone $5.18. But I bought 3 of them because I wanted some pomegranates. I love to eat the pomegranates. And the foster mom, we didn't have a whole lot of fruits and vegetables in the house, and she blamed it on the idea of that we let the fruits and vegetables go to waste. But now that's funny though, because she would talk about how we let the fruits and vegetables go to waste, but she would get mad at us if we ate up five oranges out the bag. My twin sister used to do it too. If we used to eat like 2 or 3 packs of oatmeal, or eat up like 5 oranges in one sitting or something like that, or get lectured. She used to get lectured about food too. In that fake narcissistic foster family household. If you eating like 3 pancakes, and the foster stepdad would start just harassing and fucking with me for no reason at all. And talking about, not asking enough. But I used to syrup for about 5 or 6 people. Like, just for no reason at all. And I'm like, no wonder I hate you. But anyway, I didn't tell him that, but he knew I hated him. But he hated me. See, at first he love bombed us and treated us like, just before 7th grade. Like, I saw him off first sight and didn't like him. But then he love bombed us to manipulate us into loving him. Because he took us to go get snowballs and allowed us something a foster mom would never do. That's the first time ever in life I really think that, no, not the first time, but he allowed us to have whatever size snowball we wanted and the biggest size snowball. Snowball, snow cone, in whatever flavor, whatever. And that was the only of the nicest thing that he did. But the foster mom left him in the house with us. She wasn't married to him yet. It was like after we started like 7th grade. I don't remember if it was after our 12th birthday or before our 12th birthday, but I think I remember it was September, sometime in September of 1995, he moved in, and they were just boyfriend and girlfriend, or they got married quick, like October 26, 1995. And I really threw a tantrum and was angry and upset. And, I felt like I missed Al. So, it was in September, and we didn't like him, and the foster mom used to have him babysit us on Sunday. Now, he could have done us anything. Oh, but you trusted, she didn't even follow her own advice. This man, he could have done us anything. But you trusted this man, and you married him very soon, and he could have, but you trusted a man you barely know just because he's related to one of those fake social workers, the fake social worker's nephew. You trusted him. So the foster mom had like Masonic connections, So he could have done anything but being in the house alone with us, every Sunday. And thankfully he didn't touch us the wrong way like that. But he used to treat us like errand slaves, and he's one of the main reasons why I don't like people telling me what to do. Dishing out orders, telling people what to do. And he would say like a commanding way. He wouldn't even ask. Like, he would just demand that, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. And I don't like people just, trying to command or demand to tell me what to do. If I wanted something from somebody or a favor, I asked them, well, can you do this? I don't demand that. Do this, do that. Stop doing that. Don't do that. So, yeah. So I even forgot how I got on that topic. I really forgot how I got on that topic. But, oh, now I remember. Okay, so the situation where he would lecture me about the, that one time when he said, oh, that's enough pancakes for 5 or 6 people. And I felt triggered because I'm like, I know you're trying to call me greedy. and he was fat. 6 feet 2 inches tall, and if they say he weighed over 350 pounds, but you sitting here calling me fat and greedy when I was a teenager and 5'2" and weighing like 140 pounds, but you calling me fat and greedy or a fucking fat ass? But they make that abusive, narcissistic, fake, hypocritical excuse saying, well, I'm a man, so I can do such and such. Man or woman. I mean, so society is okay with a man being greedy and eating like a hog, but not a woman. Like, so back in the 80s, society used to frown upon women smoking, but they okay for men to smoke. But society would frown upon women being overweight or obese or eating a lot, but not men. But if you see a out of shape, nearly bedridden, obese guy being with a woman who looks like a model, but I mean, but they got some black guys that, if they feel like they like big girls. But other races of people, I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like as if they like big women. Like if you see like a skinny white guy that feel like he love big women. But it'll be something if they had a skinny white guy that run around saying he loved big black women, that was his type. There might be some out there. But, but some guys would tell me that they like me being big, and I just felt like, but no, I need to lose weight. They're like, no, but I like you big like that. But I don't like me being big. I never liked me being big. So I'm just rambling on because I'm sleep deprived. But when the foster stepdad lectured me about that's enough pancakes for 5 or 6 people. And see, the fake Donnell Williams perk came to harass me about a month or 2 ago about my food and said, well, that's enough food for 5 or 6 people. Dummy, it was 2 servings. And y'all the ones who think you got the authority to restrict me from eating 3 meals a day. Well, my fridge is stocked and there's nothing y'all can do about it. So, so it's like when the foster stepdad lectured and harassed me for no reason about, that's enough syrup. He didn't say pancakes, just the syrup. I'm like, well, that's how much. How come you never say anything any other time? Excuse me. He never said anything any other time. I've been having that much syrup for years, and if I have any less, then the syrup will be dry. But it wasn't enough for 5 or 6 people. I'm sorry. The pancakes would have been dry. That's what you get for forcing people to eat fucking margarine and not real butter. Now you want to talk about the pancakes being enough for 5 or 6 people. Well, if you would have let me have some doggone real butter and not fake margarine, then maybe I could have put less syrup because, as I said, I put a lot of syrup, but not enough for 5 or 6 people. Maybe enough for 3 people, but not 5 or 6 people. They over-exaggerated. So the foster mom yelled at me and said, "You verbally attacked Mr. Terry." I'm like, he started with me first. And I'm sitting here standing up to him. And so me and her got into an argument. I even think that we got into like a physical altercation. Where she tried to put her hands on me and I pushed her. And then she got shot. I don't remember if that was the first time I physically fought back. But, I don't remember if my sophomore year in high school was the first time I physically tried to fight back. But even the foster sister April and them, when they put their hands on me, I tried to fight back. My senior year in high school, after I graduated, just before college, and we were in Virginia to visit April, and April, me and Kyle, April's son Kyle, the foster sister April's son Kyle, we got into a heated argument about something I don't remember. And then, because they were using the kids and grandkids to perp me. Using my twin sister and using the biological kids and grandkids and using the foster boys. And so, I don't remember I was 17 going on 18. And I don't remember what reason me and Kyle had to fight. Argument. Me and Kyle had an argument about something. I don't remember what it was. Excuse me. But then April put her hands on me. And I physically fought back, and it was like right out in her backyard. And we got into an all-out physical fist fight. And we got into an all-out physical fist fight, and she beat me up, but she was surprised and shocked that I busted her lip. I didn't even bust her lip on purpose. I was just swinging, just trying to defend myself, So then after, like, the next day or something, April was mad at me, and then she mentioned something about, and then she done bust my goddamn lip. That's her words that she said that, And so then after we left, the fake foster mom and Adrian Felder, she got mad and yelled at me and said that I stressed April out and caused her to have a heart attack. And April was 31 years old. So it's like, y'all some abusive, narcissistic, bully gang stalkers. You fuck with and harass me for no reason. And then when I stand up to y'all and expose the truth about y'all, oh, she's stressing me out. Or y'all will scapegoat and blame me for y'all fake ass sickness. Like, even in 2006, after Hurricane Katrina, the foster sister Shelly, the foster sister Shelly's husband Brian, he pretty much scapegoated and blamed me for the reason why he had diabetes. Motherfucker, you're the one who eat whole entire half gallons of Bluebell ice cream and then call me greedy at the same time. I can barely eat a whole freaking pint. Well, I could eat a pint, but I can't go over more than that. But you've been doing this for years, eating entire half gallons, all in one sitting, and you harass and you feed your son junk food, and you freaking harass and call me names. And I'm not allowed to call out your hypocrisy and self-righteousness. How you gonna tell me I'm gonna catch diabetes and deserve it, and you already got it, motherfucker? Oh, you forgot you got diabetes. But anyway, yesterday, I bought a lot of produce yesterday. I don't want to say proud of myself, but I was happy for myself, Excuse me, that I bought a lot of fresh produce and fresh meat and some cheese, but I got me some pasta, small little baby potatoes, And I got me some Brussels sprouts. Let's say I got Brussels sprouts, parsnips, radishes, mung bean sprouts, pomegranates, a couple of blood oranges, some yellow skin kiwi. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and some organic Rainier cherries. So I also got me some ground bison, ground venison, and ground lamb. And I got me some chicken wings and they had some boneless pork ribs that I showed you last night. Oh, and I also got me, some green leafy vegetables that I have to try to make sure I'm eat it up today or something. It says serving size 1 of the green leafy vegetables, but I can't eat it all in one setting. So I bought some more of the butternut squash pasta sauce. Oh no, I got the pasta that I got this pasta I never heard of. I think it was called D'Italy pasta or something. I don't know if I even pronounced that right. But it's a pasta that I never heard of before. So dang. I said before that I feel bad when people act like they want to pretend to fake help, but then they be narcissistic and controlling. It's like, and they even try to pretend to be Christian and quote Bible scriptures. And it's like, if I didn't even realize that, after you donated to me, then you start getting narcissistic and controlling and telling me what to do and trying to control my life. Or after you donated, then I discovered that you're a witch or that you practice the dark arts. And then, or sometimes it wouldn't even be until after I spent up the money, from like the hotel room or food to eat and stuff. But I mean, so you pretend to be targeted, but then you're an abusive narcissistic perp that practice witchcraft. And then you start to make me feel indebted to you. Unlike the people who are Christian, and if they donate and expect nothing else in return, and they support and let me be myself. But I hate the ones that, if they feel like if they donated something and then they feel like they can swoop into your life and start controlling you and trying to tell you what to do, and then eventually setting you up and scamming, screwing over you, like what Trisha did. She was donating me money she borrowed from a friend or called herself borrowing from a friend, and then lured me to my hometown, New Orleans, and nearly succeeded at setting me up. And I hate that I was forced to leave all my belongings behind in the same manner as if I was leaving a burning building. Trying to escape from a burning building, because she was really trying to set me up. So they got too many fakes. And as I said, I'm thankful and grateful for the people who donate or help me out or something with no strings attached, and they don't expect anything in return. But they got some people who are narcissistic and controlling and act like because they donated you something, then they think that they can try to act like they delusionally believe that they're your handler, or they try to manipulate you into. They try to manipulate you into if they might donate a certain amount of money, and then you let your guard down and take it, and not knowing what they're about. They be quoting Bible scriptures, so you think, oh, this person's, oh, you're a Christian, okay. Excuse me. And then next thing you know, they start getting narcissistic and controlling and trying to dish out orders, telling you what to do. And act like they think they own you. And then, they'll play like they're the victim when you cut them off because they keep triggering and provoking and upsetting you. And then they play like they're the victim and be like, well, I donated to her or whatever. This is not with every donor, but it's with perps who pretend to be do-gooders. And they have an agenda. Like, after I came from the grocery store, the white guy that had been perping with the red shirt, this motherfucker had hands so dirty that it was like the dirtiest hands I ever seen. Dirtier than a lot of the homeless men with very dirty hands. And I feel like I didn't feel like he really wanted to do a good deed and help. I think that he just wanted to contaminate. With me having OCD, I think he just wanted to contaminate my belongings and make me freak out. I don't really think he had my best interest or wanted to help, because you a damn perp. Perps, if they pretend to be do-gooders to manipulate you, to let your guard down so that they can swoop in and clean house and eat you up and destroy you. Your hands are like so black and freaking dirty that it was dirtier than a freaking homeless person. Like, I ain't never in my life seen a person's hands that black and doggone dirty. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, clean your fucking hands, dude. Look like you ain't washed your hands and freaking, like, come on. Like, come on. If the perps know all about you, I got OCD. But, I figure that if you perping and gaslighting and snickering and laughing and mocking and making fun, you ain't got my best interest at heart. But if they have abusive, narcissistic, exploitative perps that pretend to be targeted, if they will donate money and then show themselves as a perp, or they will show themselves as a witch, and then next thing you know, because I really think that they might donate money, while I'm struggling. If they donate money, and then next thing you know, after they donate, and then if I catch on to, oh, you a perp, I'm gonna cut you off. And then next thing you know, they use that so that they can, they use donate as a way to bait me in. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know who would be behind a computer screen, or I don't know who's here to help or who's here to manipulate. So if they donate the money as bait when you're struggling, and then you not knowing what they're deeply, behind closed doors, what they're about, and you take the money in a desperate homeless situation, and then later on you discover that they're either a witch or a perp, and then after that, I think they use that to bait and set you up, and then show who they are after they donate it on purpose, so that nobody else can help you in the future. I'm back. I had to use the bathroom. But I'm trying to be as clear as possible on what I was trying to say. Like, if they have some sincere people, even if they're not Christian, if I'm in need or if I need help and they donate and they don't really expect anything in return, or they don't care what you do with the money that they donate. And that's both online or in person. If you're homeless and struggling and they have the viewpoint that, if they be generous and donate and don't care what you do with the money, but you don't really have the heart to help people if you act like you're reluctant to help, or like you're not helping homeless people. Like, if you donate and then trying to control what they should spend the money on, or they'd be like, you better not spend it on drugs, or you're treating them like a child, talking to them like a child, you better not go spend it on drugs, or you better not spend it on alcohol. So they have those people. So, if people show you who they are, like, or if they try to ask you for your phone number, and get friendly with you. And after they have your phone number or email or whatever other contact information, and then they pretend to be all fake nice, and then manipulate you to let your guard down, and then, they act like they're desperate to contact you. And then, or they wait till you're at your lowest to act like they want to, exchange phone numbers, exchange information. And sometimes it might take a couple of months for them to show you who they are. It might even take a couple of years for them to, and then you end up not realizing that they've been very subtle, with acting like a perp since from the beginning, and you just, after the fake friendship was over, then you realize that they were more subtle, and then afterwards started showing their true colors of who they really were. So, but yeah. So I mean, but I spent all the last of my food stamps yesterday. So, I had the extra to be able to try to, as I said, with the Amazon, I it was Amazon Pantry, but I just wanted to see what it was like for the experience to I just wanted to see what it was like for the experience to be able to buy stuff and use food stamps. And I would call myself trying to buy some prepper and survival items like the food ration bars and stuff like that, and I didn't really get to buy the bottled cases of water or anything like that. but they probably would have got damaged, and I would have had to get those returned or something like that too. But I don't know. But so speaking of that, my other pair of earbuds, the earbuds stopped working yesterday, so I had to throw them away. And so I think this is the only one left. I couldn't get to fake Walmart, so I went on Amazon. And I tried to order some more earbuds. And I ordered some more earbuds. And it seems like the one that kept on, the main one that they kept advertising in my face and advertising it for cheaper than everything else. Guess what color it was? Red. So it was red. So dang, I don't even know if they did that to manipulate or bait me in, because I never saw red color Skull Candy brand of earbuds. But I mean, I got it because it was cheaper. It was on sale. And then, see, the gang stalkers are freezing my phone. So this right here, I don't perp anybody, but they left this to be like the only option. And I had saved the other ones, and then they weren't available. And then when I got the tax refund money last year, they made sure that for this brand, this was the only one. And then 2 or 3 days, it was after I had ordered it and after it got shipped, that's when I saw the silver ones, the silver MP3 players that I usually get. They were cheap. They had more in stock and were cheaper, but it seemed like as if they made it where this was the only one they had left. And so I tried to get another kind of another brand of MP3 player, in hopes that in hopes that it would work just as good as these. So I got 2 other MP3 players in the storage unit. But when I was in Cincinnati and Kentucky, one of my other MP3 players that had accidentally gotten the I accidentally washed them with my clothes in the washer, and it just got ruined. And I was disappointed. And the other one, it stopped working. I don't remember. So I got 2 MP3 players in my storage unit that I can't access. But yeah, if you claim to be targeted, first of all, real targeted individuals, they make sure we're poor. And it's you claim to be targeted, but you don't even have any videos about being targeted. Or you might give the fake illusion that you might show videos of a random person a random person walking by your house and be like, oh, well, look at this Freemason walking by. But you don't even have you don't even have videos of the tactics, like the one headlight or the certain signals and stuff. Trisha played it off really. She really tricked me into believing she was really targeted. And so it was a disaster. I almost lost my life behind her. And she was another witch pretending to be Christian. And Crystal Newman, I had no idea that she practiced witchcraft. No idea. I didn't even know. And certain other people. But, they'll huddle together and lie on me and saying I'm the perp. Or that I'm the one who practiced witchcraft. But, Trisha definitely was a perp because she was throwing up hand signs and, being deceptive and, manipulating, playing games. She kept trying to trigger me and provoke me on purpose. She did all kinds. I even exposed everything she did. But, and that's one of the reasons why I'd be scared to meet up with people. But they got some people who look like this, that they have blatant footage of themselves being targeted. And then they quote Bible scriptures and they had done some bullying and perp stuff to me. But anyway. So it was the day before yesterday on the holiday. After I did my laundry, I took a shower. And I feel depressed and upset about my hair because I'm going to have to get rid of that cheap dollar version of Tide Pods. Because after washing my clothes and then they still have some residue left over that seemed like as if it changed the way my hair feels. It changed the way my hair feels and make me feel like I would need to get it all cut all off again. But I really want to try to let my hair grow out. I was feeling anxiety the night before last all night because of my hair, like it did like back in May. So I'm not going to use that anymore. So yesterday I was also able to buy more batteries. No, it was the day before yesterday, and yesterday I got some more batteries because you can never. I don't think I can ever have too many batteries. And so I got me some of the with HEB they have Castile soap. So it was much cheaper than the whole naturals that I ordered online. But the Castile soap that I got from HEB, that soap had it seems like it's watery. But it gets messy and gets all over the place. Excuse me, but it lathers quick and it lathers better than the whole naturals. It lathers better and it lathers quick, but the whole natural stuff is a nice bit more expensive, but you got to put a whole lot in order to get it to lather. And then, but I feel like when I would use the whole naturals, I could feel like as if my skin is trying to heal or starting to heal. Or any dry skin, it seemed like it would heal and get some moisture. But this brand of Castile soap, it leaves a dry ash on my hands and the dishes. It gives like leaves like a dry ash residue. So like the sides and the back of my hair feel rough, but the top part of my hair feel normal, except this part feels rough. And I'm like, dang, might have to start back all over again. Yeah, my hair don't even feel the same. So so yeah, that's how they do me. It's like, yeah, you sit there and only advertise the red earbuds. You only advertise the red earbuds for sale. Because that's not, I mean, all I could get. I never saw a red version of that brand. So I forgot what else I was gonna talk about. Wait a minute, I did do a wait. I don't remember if I think I did do a video late night, the 4th all the way through the 5th, but it wasn't until after I did the video that I realized that my hair is messed up in a way that I'm feeling disturbed and upset. So I don't be going nowhere special. I ain't got nowhere to go. But I couldn't find a hair gel that that I like to use, and I haven't used it in a long time. So I don't remember what else I needed to talk about from the day before yesterday, though. But yeah, I think I did. Oh, I got some more stuff to talk about. So the fake Darnell Williams perp and Kimberly Harper came to harass me. And the fake Darnell Williams perp, I put in the community post yesterday screenshots of him making death references or subliminal death threats at me. So you've been stalking me and you've been making, mockery about me dying. So if anything happened, and then he found out where I stay at before the rest of the perps did. So if anything happened, and he even made a remark about meeting up for lunch or something like that. And it's like I don't even communicate with. I never talked to him directly. Just like a lot of the other perps, but Star Bricker lied, and when she made her fake bad review on my ebook, she lied and said that I contacted her when I don't even talk to her. So she lied and said that I contacted her. So how can she say that I contacted her when I don't even talk to her, but she stalked my videos? So, so it's like, Kimberly Harper hasn't harassed me in a long time, but I mean, behind the screen, I had no idea who she was. So at first, I thought she would have been somebody around my age or maybe a little bit older, a little bit younger. But I had no idea that she was supposedly close to a senior citizen or something. I don't know how old she is, but I didn't even realize she tried to make like she got belief in God or whatever. But, she went on, randomly on, I didn't even know she had a Twitter, but she went randomly on Twitter to make a harassing comment yesterday for nothing. And so I'm like, oh, well, because I never saw her face before. She would never show her face. So I'm like, oh, now I get to see what you look like. But she put up a GoFundMe about, I mean, that's understandable if you lose your husband, but it's not understandable if you freaking Masonic and blood sacrifice him. My twin sister, my twin sister freaking, wanted to rub it in my face about donating her money, but you gonna sit there and tell everybody to make me stay homeless. So I'm wondering, how come Kimberly Harper didn't use her gang stalking funds to bury her husband? Oh, she could put up a GoFundMe. So, then, yeah, the fake Donnell Williams perp, he came to harass me yesterday and was making death references at me. And it's like, well, I'm showing y'all what's going on and being ignored. And so then, I've been, I've been showing y'all, letting y'all know what's going on in case anything happened to me. He might not be the one to take me out. But if anybody takes Candy Grand Prix out, a lot of people say celebrities who speak the truth and targeted individuals who ain't famous or ain't rich. If you put up a disclaimer that if anything happens, I didn't do it myself. I did not even though I do have history of suicide attempts, but I didn't realize that was part of the program. But if Candy Grand Prix disappears, I didn't do it myself. So, there was something else I was trying to say that slipped my mind. So, yeah, they hate me to the point of death. And gang stalkers do put their hands on targeted individuals. Yeah, they do. They will hurt you. But then they falsely paint us targets as violent, but they're the ones put their hands on us. Another thing I wanted to talk about was I looked in YouTube Studio and they had people who had comments that I wasn't even aware of. Comments that I didn't even know. It's like dozens and dozens of comments on my YouTube videos that I didn't even know. So if YouTube, if they hide and censor comments, or if the gang stalkers, they deliberately push my supporters away or try to manipulate my supporters to think that, that I'm the one who's like, deleting comments. So that's not me. It's like they had some comments that if I don't see it on the actual comments in the regular video and I have to go and look in the YouTube Studio, sometimes if I have to click on newest comments, or if I saw that a comment was there, and YouTube censoring comments. So it's not me deleting comments. And it's like, well, they had some comments that I wasn't even aware of, that I didn't even know, even far back as last year, that I noticed the night before last, So some comments I'm just noticing from all the way from last year that I didn't even know. And even some hate comments. And they had two fake asses who got hateful and unfollowed me on TikTok yesterday for nothing. One of them falsely professed to be Christian and act like he's exposing Islam. And then another one was, I don't remember. But they had somebody that's supposedly a targeted individual from Europe. And he was another one that told me that I'm one of the realest TIs he ever seen. And then, he asked me if I knew of any other real TIs. And he was, giving me some encouragement to endure to the end and don't cave in, So, and he told me that I'm a very nice person. Thanks so much. Because even they even have some narcissistic control freak fake TI perps that have told me that they love how I keep it 100. But then they switch their narrative and then because you're mad now. Oh, Candy is a liar and manipulator. Oh, I thought you just told me yesterday that I keep it 100. So yesterday had been a year since the last conversation with me and Darius. Yesterday made a whole year since we had that big, huge falling out and haven't really spoke to each other since. And I heard that he's gone around, telling other TIs to stay away from me and not talk to me. While he showed himself as a perp. And he was deceptive and, but like when you got fake folks telling you that they're amazed that you can keep it so real. And I don't even talk like that, with that type of lingo or whatever. But people tell me I keep it real or that I keep it 100. Or they say that they respect my authenticity. But then if they might feel threatened by my authenticity. But I heard that if a person's considered having Asperger or autism or OCD, I heard that people with OCD and people with Asperger's or autism, that they rarely ever lie. Well, lie maliciously and intentionally, that they don't really lie. Tell lies, I've told lies before, haven't we all? But I'm not a habitual liar, So the gang stalkers who lie all day, if they might be like, you lying, scamming bitch, out of nowhere for no reason. So as I said, if that fake Kimberly Harper person been following me for nearly 2 years, like from 2019 and then the beginning of 2021, she started to try to get frustrated with me and then start attacking and yelling at me and make it like my posts get on her nerve. I mistakenly thought she was targeted. I kind of found out she wasn't targeted. I'm like, what you subscribe to me for? If you've been following me for like a year and a half, or I don't remember how long she's been following me, but then all the videos and all the information about this targeting, and then you try to gaslight me and then say, well, I'm not used to this lifestyle. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not a lifestyle choice. And then, and then she begged me not to block her. But then she kept attacking and insulting me. And so then I blocked her. Because she kept attacking and insulting me and trying to make me look crazy. And so then, ever since like January or February 2021, she'd been harassing me. But the day I got beat up, she made harassing, rude comments too. And she would follow me everywhere. Like in 2020, she would be commenting all on my damn blog and everything, pretending to give fake support and encouragement. But they got some people who are not targeted and they subscribe to your channel pretending to be support. They're not targeted, but they act like they don't have a clue what's going on. But they watch you and stalk you and gather information. And then after a while, they start harassing you. It's like, but yeah, she made some slick, rude comments even before I blocked her. You may want to stop approaching people. And that's what she tried to tell me. And then for Thanksgiving, she said something ignorant and rude too, But even Pam Smith betrayed. She professed to be Christian. Pam Smith, she professed to be Christian. I used to get Pam Smith and Kimberly Harper mixed up, but I never saw Pam Smith's face. But Pam Smith sent me she went the old-fashioned way, she donated me $150 and I got it and stuff like that. So she said that she's not a targeted individual, but she's here to support TIs. But she's another one been, subscribed and following since 2019. And she said that she's here to support TIs, but she's not a TI. Well, if you're here to support TIs, you will eventually become one. But then she used that to manipulate and gather information to start perping me and lying on me and stuff. And Pam Smith, she pretty much betrayed me for no reason. So Pam Smith started making perp comments like, well, what would happen if I have a white car and if I drive a white car and have a red sweater, does that make me a gang stalker? Start gaslighting and trying to make you look like a fool or like a crazy person. So they started I think they started following me around the same time. And then they made it like they were supportive. And then the harassment camp, they started harassing me around the same time too. And so after Darius did that video calling me an infection, that was when that's what made Pam Smith betray me and turn against me and think a certain way. And everybody knew he was talking about me in that video. But if I would have known that, if I would have known you felt this way about me, then when I confronted him about it, he lied and said that wasn't about me at all. And then later on, he waited till over a year and something to admit that it was about me. But, he's a freaking mental patient calling me crazy. And he lied about everything, just like an abusive boyfriend. And, the whole fake friendship was, it was a fake fraudulent friendship. And then, I'm sitting here still having difficulty trying to emotionally pick myself back up and recover from what he did to me. But I got some closure with, people letting me know that he's a perp. But he lied and said that I'm a fake spy agent and that that I got a Black Widow complex. I don't even know what a Black Widow complex is, but I have absolutely no ties to the government, the CIA, the DHS, the FBI. I have never in my life had any government ties, ever. But I've been victimized, you know, through the foster care and all that, run by the government, been victimized and still being victimized. But, as I said, I'm, fighting to survive. I'm fighting to survive, struggling to survive, striving to do what's right. I'm struggling to survive and striving to do what's right. I don't have any intentions on walking around trying to hurt people or trying to ruin people or trying to destroy people, especially if you haven't done me anything. So, a lot of the times I felt helpless in my targeting situation. I felt helpless and clueless, And it's scary going through this by yourself. And men need to have more compassion for a female TI being lonely and scared. Now if society had no care in the world about a female being homeless, and then the abusive, narcissistic, fake TI perps and regular perps lied and said that I made myself homeless on purpose for attention and pity. When that's not the case. So yeah, they sleep deprived me last night. And I got very little sleep. And when it's like I felt heavy pressure on my heart. And, breathing hard, breathing heavy. My heavy pressure on my heart. Tricked into thinking that I'm about to doze off into rapid eye movement sleep at any moment. But then afterwards, just laying there for hours. Can't sleep. But, I'm tired of people. Keep saying that I'm tired of control freaks. I'm tired of people trying to tell me what to do, how to live my life, and then you don't care about me. You don't have my best interests at heart. And I'm sitting here feeling like, don't know who to trust, don't know who's sincere. And I don't like people trying to make me look crazy or make a fool out of me. So I can't even make accomplishments. So I'm too sleep deprived and tired to work on any writings. At least for today. I can't believe it's Thursday. It's Thursday, but the week seemed like it. I'm not rushing, but the week kind of did not. Excuse me. The week went by slow. It didn't really fly by fast. But it's Thursday. But I'm glad I accomplished things this week. So, I guess I'll try to eat, like, today. I'll have, like, when I put the coconut aminos in the pork, and it seemed like that it pairs very well. It was like the tangy barbecue flavor or something, but it pairs very well and it has like a light flavor. It pairs very well with that pork, and it was very tender, falling off the bone tender, but no bone because it was boneless. But it had a lot of fat on it that I had to throw away because I do not like the fat. Like chicken fat, sometimes like on a thigh, I might tolerate the chicken fat on a thigh, but beef fat and pork fat, I absolutely hate. I never did like the physical flesh fat. I mean, the grease that's drained from, that fat I like, but the actual physical flesh fat, gross. Just nasty. I don't like the texture. So, yesterday I weighed precisely with shoes on. And I was sleep deprived, and I'm kind of swollen a little bit. So I probably, without this fluid retention, I probably would have weighed less than 259. But I thought long and hard. And I thought, well, I lost some, with the perps talking about, oh, you should be eating 3 meals a day. And David Jane harassing me, talking about, Candy, your face is getting bigger. Well, my face can't be getting bigger because I lost weight from the last time I weighed myself. I don't remember if I weighed myself last month, but I thought since being here, I thought that I weighed myself at least once before. And I don't remember if I weighed 275 or almost 270 or something. But I looked at my weight yesterday and felt discouraged. But then I thought long and hard. I'm like, wait a minute. I lost a little bit of weight. But last night, I ate a late dinner. But I had half of a brownie last night too after the dinner. And it didn't taste good. It tasted old and a little bit dry. But those donut sticks that were dry, I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough space in my freezer. But I tried to give them away. I tried to give the donut sticks away. Nobody wanted them. They said they were diabetic. I'm sorry. I didn't. Yikes. But so I just threw the donut sticks in the trash. But then I was trying to avoid the temptation to have the brownies. I have enough space in the freezer that I froze a couple of them. But I didn't realize with those brownies, they don't even taste the best or taste that great. But one serving of those brownies was 520 calories. I'm like, damn. So I ate half of one. And I won't be eating them every day. But anyway. So this morning, I'm planning to have some granola cereal with milk. And I don't know if I'm going to have more cherries or have some of the kiwi. And then I don't know if I'll eat lunch. But dinner, I guess, will be the same. So it's now 8:13 a.m. in the morning. Let me see something. Oh. Come on, man. My phone, they're freezing my freaking phone. So, thanks for listening to me. I don't know what I'll do today, but I'll see y'all and update y'all, like I usually do. I love y'all.